Hey everybody.
Hi.
So today we're going to discuss a relationship subject, which is common to no matter the lifestyle, and that's about cheating and who's really to blame when it occurs. So I'm going to start this off by uh, almost nothing happens in a void. Almost. There's some people who are just outright dicks, who are just shit fuckers and will do wrong because they can. But in most situations, if two people have gotten together because they really care for each other and they've been together for a while, and then cheating occurs, my feeling is that there were probably contributing factors on both sides. What you think?
I only partially agree with that. Actually, I almost don't agree with any of it.
Okay.
While I agree that there can be contributing factors to making someone want to cheat, I believe that there are other options. I don't think that cheating is ever an option, no matter how unhappy or dissatisfied that you are. I think that you have a conversation, and if that doesn't fix it, then you make the choice to stay or go. Cheating is the fault of the person who cheats, in my opinion.
Okay, I'll go with that. That's kind of where I was coming around to. I just didn't say it nearly as clearly as you did, but that works for me.
But, I mean, now, I do agree that if one mate or the other isn't doing their part in whatever way, and it creates a need or a longing in the other partner, that, yeah, there is a contributing factor, but the ultimate decision to go out and violate your promises or vows or, you know, whatever you want to label your relationship, whatever, or the glue that is your relationship, whatever happens, once you make a choice to violate that, that's on you, in my opinion. Am I keeping you up?
No.
Did I believe?
It's close to my bedtime.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, so in regards to that, some would argue that not holding up your end of the bargain, as they would put it, is in and of itself a
violation of the vow.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And therefore perfectly acceptable for the other person to take it there as well.
I know that some would argue that it's a cop-out.
I agree.
It's a cop-out.
I agree it's a cop-out.
I don't care who's throwing themselves at you and your wife isn't doing what you need them to do, or your husband isn't doing what they need them to do, and, that sexy chick or handsome dude at work is saying all the right things and doing all the right things and all of that. Ultimately, the choice is yours. You either stay or you leave. And if you choose to stay, for whatever reason, because we have kids, because everything else in our marriage is good, because everything, because it's cheaper to keep her. Whatever the reason you decide to stay, you have decided to stay. And then you have to abide by whatever those promises you made when you got together, regardless of whether the other partner is abiding by the promises that they made. Two wrongs don't make a right. Three rights make a left.
So, and towards that, I like to get into the other part of it, where people decide to get mad at or go after or whatever the hell crazy shit comes into your mind after the person they were cheating with. Those people didn't know you.
Let me say this. I am not one to pass judgment on anyone. If you cheat, that is on you, that is your choice, and that's what you did, and that's between you and your maker or whatever. However, I need you to understand that regardless of whether the other person knew that that spouse was married or knew, that person made no promises to anyone at all.
Damn sure not you.
And Sho didn't make no promises to you, so that's not the person you should be mad at. I don't care if she chased him. I don't care if he pursued her relentlessly until she finally just gave in. I don't care. The person who made the person who broke the vow is the mate. So when you take your anger out on the other person,
you're essentially just letting him or her,
letting them pronoun
kind of get out from under for someone else.
Right. So yeah, you chasing after the person who was the other party in the cheating incident is counterproductive and actually is a whole lot of waste of your time, because if that person cheated with them,
there's somebody else they'll do it with. The point is, they aren't about keeping their promises to you. It doesn't matter how pretty or not pretty the other person was, or handsome, or what money, or whatever the fuck. The point is, they decide they want to stop keeping their promise to you, and who the other person is wouldn't matter. Good goddamn. And that person didn't say he was going to be faithful to you or keep your mate away from them or anything like that. They saw something they wanted, they went after it, and if you weren't strong enough to keep it, that ain't on them. So, responsibility for cheating?
the cheater.
The cheater.
There are other options.
And we strongly suggest you make yourself avail those before even considering the cheating.
But again, I have friends who are cheaters, and I love them just the same, no judgment. And their situation,
I got a little bit of judgment.
Their situation, it's understandable why they made the choice that they did. And I don't hold any judgment that they did it. This is about who's at fault.
Yes.
Not about...
At the end, this is about who's at fault.
Right. This is about whose fault is it.
The person whose fault it is the one that cheated.
Period. Point.
Even if the other person cheated on you first and you turn around and do the same thing, now you're the one that's at fault.
Now you're the one that's at fault. You know, I'm not going to say that. This is not a conversation about if it's good or bad, if it's right or wrong. This is a conversation about responsibility. Right?
Yeah.
We probably should have started with that.
Yeah, well.
Oh well.
It is what it is. And for those who are in the lifestyle,
there is almost absolutely no reason.
No. I've seen some crazy ass couples together, and one tries to put these crazy ass fucking rules on the other one.
They kind of shouldn't be so.
Yeah. That may or may not be true, but that's not the point I'm making at the present moment.
True, that's a whole nother conversation.
You in the lifestyle and still find the need to have to cheat.
And cheating is not necessarily sleeping with someone else or having sex with someone else or texting someone else or having a deep connection with someone else. Cheating is doing all of those things without the knowledge and approval of your partner.
Yes. So for all those of you who go, oh, we have an understanding, we just don't tell each other. Really?
That's a really fine line.
Really?
That is a really fine line.
Is that really the understanding?
That's
the understanding you're taking as long as you don't find out she's cheating. Come on now. Let's be real.
It's not cheating if they both are, they have an understanding that they do what they want to do.
If that understanding was made verbally, great. It can't be, well, she know. But you ain't never said nothing. I guess she was supposed to read your mind or some crap like that. I don't know, but
I guess I don't know.
Anyway, for you cheating swingers out there, giving a lifestyle a bad name. That's where that drama comes from. Anyway, I'm done.
That was not the point of this video at all. It was about responsibility, not about right and wrong.
If you agree or disagree, by all means, leave comments in the section. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. or on our social media. Let us know what you think, because maybe we need to revisit it. I don't know everything. We're just sitting here telling you what we think based on our experience. Anyway, see y'all next time.
Toodles. So let's tell you what's going on in the next couple of weekends. The first is this weekend. Kitty Den and Vicious Rumors are having a meet and greet brunch at Tastee Diner in Silver Spring at 10 o'clock on Saturday.
Yep, April 2nd.
April 2nd.
And then next week, Voluptuous Cafe is having its next party called Spring Fling. This is April 9th. The link to apply for an invitation will be in the description below. And
it's being held in Herndon.
Yes, it'll be in Herndon, Virginia. So if you have any other questions, both about the brunch coming up as well as our event, feel free to hit us up on our social media. And that's pretty much it. Until next week, we'll have more for you.
If I tell you now, will you keep on loving me? If I tell you how I feel, would you keep on bringing out the best in me? You give me the sweetest taboo. You give me the sweetest taboo. Too good for me. There's a quiet storm, and I never felt this way before. There's a quiet storm, that is you. There's a quiet storm, and I never felt this hot before. Giving me something that's taboo. Sometimes I think you're just too good for me. You give me the sweetest taboo. That's why I am in love with you. You give me the sweetest taboo. Sometimes I think you're just too good for me.